It's gonna start real, guys. If you went through the document, but you haven't had chance because you haven't had Zoom with the clients, that's fine. But I want to get some feedback from, the previous session. How do you feel about asking for connection questions? How do you feel about showing the map the way I kind of offered you to do that? I will start calling the names. Vael, unmute yourself and tell me, what do you think about that?
Last time when you start talking about what we can use on the Zoom, yes, I already use Google Maps, Al Nair. Yes, I already use it because I can see to my client like a couple of options in same area. Like let's say he likes JVC. So when I'm click on JVC, I can make him see like we have more than 5, 6, 7 projects there. So that's give us like more an advantage there on the other agency. Also,
So
poverty monitor.
which feedback you received on showing the clients Al Nair?
Actually, that was like he liked it. He liked it. Yeah, and when I start talking with him, when I told him our database it's including on 755 projects, he said like, "Wow, are you serious?" I told him yes. When we will make our Zoom, I will share my screen. You will see by yourself. So when I will start, like he said, he like let's say Arjan, JVC, other area. So when I'm making say in every area like more than 15 projects or maybe 20 projects, he just like shook it first time.
So he was shocked.
Yeah.
and then how do you kind of zoom it down to a certain unit or to a certain project? How you do it?
Let's say first of all I will just like making on the price. Okay, that depends on the price first. So let's talking about my last deal. Okay, like let's say his budget was like average 500 to 600. So when I put the same price, you can there. So
when you filtered with this price, okay,
yes, yeah, exactly. So making him show what we have like projects in all this area in Dubai. So one of them was in AG Dubai Land. I start talking about this area, what they have there, the metro station upcoming in the future. So yes, it's work.
Okay, cool. So you basically, with the client that you've sold recently, that deal, you was using Al Nair to kind of narrow him down.
Yeah.
Cool. Would you be open maybe to share your screen and give us a bit as if we are the client? For example, I am the client and I have a certain budget. Okay. How you kind of do it? So again, guys, that's not a test or anything. I just want to see what we can improve and what you're doing already great, and learn from each other, right? I will make you
Okay. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I'm start talking. I can just making him see the all projects in Dubai. Okay. First of all, when I'm start talking about like our database, it's running on 755 projects in Dubai. I was honest with him because he sees his number. Okay, so he told me like his budget average 500, 600, okay, dirhams. So we start talking about first of all about the area. I start like explain him where's downtown, bottom. Just make it clear. Okay, so we start talking, start explain about Dubai, the downtown where, Balam Jabal Ali, Balam Jumeirah, blah blah blah, all the details, like important details. Just you know, because we never visit Dubai before.
Okay, and where he is from?
He's Syrian. He's a Dr. Syrian, lives in Lebanon.
Okay. So he bought the property from you without ever being in Dubai?
No. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's imagine it's me. I'm doctor. I'm Syrian. I'm living in.
It's depend on the trust, because I'm with him like more than 3 months. I start talking with him. He was hesitated to take his anything in Dubai, so I start to build our relationships. Start talking to his son. I make more than, I think, 4 or 5 Zoom meeting with him. So yeah, it was basically depend on the trust.
And on previous Zoom meetings, what you were showing him?
Actually, I show him more than 4 to 5, I think, in our Zoom meetings. Before Al-Nair also, I offer him like more than 4 options, like Azizi, Samana Barari, AG also, and there is other option. Actually, I forget it.
So how was your meeting before that? You was showing him a Google Maps. I just want to, for all of us to understand how, you know, the progression looked like. So you started with showing Google Maps, or what was the first meeting? What was the things you're showing him on the first Zoom meeting?
First Zoom meeting from 3 months ago.
Yeah, but what you were showing, it's fine. It's fine. We all know that we are getting better.
First Zoom, I think we just start talking about him, about how was like situation, from how much he been in Lebanon. When I'm start talking about like projects, just like share screen about the map of Dubai. And just making him see how Dubai.
And on the second or the third Zoom, what you were doing differently? Because you cannot just come up and just show all the time the map, right? Should be something else.
No. On second and third Zoom, I was sent him on WhatsApp, and he can see and I can explain in front of him.
So you were on a Zoom with him, but you were sending things on WhatsApp. So he was opening that.
Yes.
And you were showing some offers from other developers.
Yeah. Because I offer him Samana Barari and also the new Azizi.
And what was his response on this way? Having a Zoom, when you are with him on a Zoom and sending things through WhatsApp, what was his, feedback after the Zoom? What he told you after the Zoom?
After the Zoom, like he just like start ask me some question, like where is this area? Can you show me on the map? How much like it's near to downtown? How much it's near to Marina? Yeah, some of couple of questions. Okay,
so after the Zoom finished with him, that's okay. The Zoom is like about to end.
The last Zoom?
Not the last Zoom, the previous, the Zoom number 2 and Zoom number 3. So I just want to kind of recall what's been happening. So I'm with you on the Zoom, on a video, without you sharing any screen. And you at the same time sending me something on WhatsApp. So he was on the laptop or he was on the phone on the Zoom. I just want to see how it...
Olga, honestly, it's depend. I'm just making my Zoom, 2 Zoom, 3rd Zoom. It's depend on the trust, because I know this client, he will buy. Okay, he will bought here. Okay, so I don't want like.
Well, are you open? So are you open to see from a different perspective?
Okay.
What we are doing here, we're trying to shorten our sales cycle, not to make it over the 3 months, but just to do less work, be more effective. Do not work 60 hours a week, work 30 hours a week and have a better result. This is what we're trying to do, guys. But this only gonna be possible if you will understand what you're doing now, the structure of what you're doing now, what out of what you're doing is ineffective, but takes a lot of time. So we can replace this time and ineffective with something really small, like we did with Al-Nair for you. But this is just one bit state. So for us to understand how to make it effective, we have to understand what it is now. Takes us to sell one unit, which is a studio, right?
Yeah.
So for you to earn, how much will be commission? I mean, if you're open to share, how will be your much you're earning? 15,000?
No less.
Okay. So are you okay for me to help you to earn, let's say, 12,000 instead of the 3 months and how much hours you spend? Because it's all recalculated into the hours you spend. We want to make it in less hours and over the month. Are you open to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But guys, if we will think that, oh, it depends on the client, it depends on the, and we're going to be chaotic, the process never going to change. We're going to be still being chaotic and you know, making, taking 3 months and a lot of hours. Well, I'm sure you were dedicating a lot of time to searching for the offers, to texting, to building the relationship, and then finally to sell to that guy as well, right? The day of sale as well took so long. So what we are trying to do is to minimize this process. Make sense?
Sure.
Cool. Having this in mind, and we are not judging here. It's not about like you did right, you did wrong. You have a deal. This means that everything you did is right. We just want to optimize it. So on the second and the third Zoom, what you've been doing exactly, and what was the outcome? Like outcome, what I mean, in the end of the Zoom, he told you, okay, I'm buying, or okay, I need to think about it. Okay, I need to talk to what was the, you know, we did a process. What's the result of it? So what you've been showing in the second and third Zoom, how that look like? Is this sending the WhatsApp and talking like this to him on a camera?
Actually, I was sent him before our Zoom. Okay, like let's say I sent him yesterday, and we have Zoom today. Okay, so maybe I can send him like couple of options. Okay, let's say I sent him Azizi and Samana. Okay, Barari. Okay, so when I'm sent him, let's say we have today Zoom. So he was checked and making his question. So he prepared herself also. Okay. First, second Zoom, he start asking like about the location. Maybe I can share also the screen. I start explain on the location and Majan for let's see. It's not clear also here.
It's okay. You can stop sharing and you can go to Google Maps. When you're explaining the location, what exactly are you saying?
Sorry?
When you are explaining the location, what exactly are you saying?
Any clients, Olga, they are care about how much is far, like for downtown. Okay. So when I'm start talking, I'm first thing I mention it. It's like far, let's say 15 minutes from downtown. So that make him comfortable. So that means it's too much near to downtown, to Dubai Marina. That's the places which is like announced for anyone.
Okay. So you're just mentioning how close it is.
Yes, that's it.
Are you doing this, you know, I'm going to put the Dubai Marina so you will see, click, get the direction and it shows, okay, 15 minutes. Are you doing these things on the laptop or not? Or you just saying it's going to be 15 minutes?
I'm just saying.
I mean, do you think if you will show that it's going to be 15 minutes, it's going to build a little bit more trust because it's you saying or Google Maps is showing?
Yes.
I mean,
I'm not did it on the Zoom, but on my mobile, yeah, I did it and I sent him because that will make him more. I can get more trust from him.
okay. Do you think that adding it on the Zoom gonna make more sense?
Yeah, sure.
So you, I mean, you are just removing additional step from you. You got me?
Yeah.
So your way is kind of more clear. Okay, on my Zoom, I'm doing this. I'm showing that I'm getting prepared to show the distance and the timings from here to here. At least, again, guys, that can be for you not to be all over the place. If you know that you are always talking about certain areas or always talking about certain projects, you can have it already screenshotted in a presentation in a PPT file and just show it to the client instead of you going and really kind of wasting time. Okay, I'm going to type Marina, and that is like huge traffic jam, and it shows you 30 minutes instead of 15, right? Which is not going to be
Yeah,
nice.
for the rush hour.
You see? Yeah, because a rush hour is going to be 15, so we don't want it. So I'm gonna kind of add this point into a presentation. Okay, cool. So when you were showing Al Nair, can you get back and show me how? Okay, so we now get into selection of the. My question is, because you've been already with him on a Zoom 3 times, how you pulled him on a Zoom on a 3rd time? Like, how you come up with, I need still to show you something? What was your hook? You know, how you hook him back?
It's okay. It's honestly, it's depend on the budget, his budget. Okay, so first project was I remember it Danube Sports. Okay, second object was Barari. The third one was Azizi, and the fourth one and the final one was AG. So, but it's depend on the budget.
Okay. Show us how you operate on the Al Nair. Let's say you show Al Nair, you show this is the how many projects we do have, and what you do next.
What I'm doing next, on my fourth Zoom with him, I'm just like was show him the AG. Okay, there, that's AG. First of all, I was seeing him like how many projects they have on the floor. Okay, to making trust like they have project on the floor.
Okay, so this is not the only one.
No, that's not the only one. They have already also in Business Bay, AG Towers, AG Properties, in same building. That's project, that's building for AG.
Okay.
So I'm start talking about like they have more than 10 years. They are working here in Dubai. Yeah, some information about the developer. Okay.
Okay.
So I start showing him the first project they have, like AG Tower and Business Bay. Then they have AG Central, AG7, AG Square, and the last one is AG9. It comes the fully furnished also. So it's for him, for AG. The AG9, it's best project for him.
Okay. Can you have you went into the project page and show him something in the project page?
To the location. I went there.
No.
In Dubai Land.
I know. I'm talking about on the portal. Have you went into the project page? On the Zoom with the client. Have you went inside? Have you clicked on the project and show him the availability, or how you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. No, I didn't make him see the availability. I'm just like talking about the map. Click on map, make him see where is the map of the project here. So like this, I'm start talking about this area, like it's Wadi Safa, which is near to the centro. We have also here the community, the valley, the villas by Adar. So I'm start talking in general about this area, and also it will be like near to the upcoming metro station here. We have also it's near to the, let's say, Silicon Oasis. It's also on in front of Dubai Al Ain Road, which is mean like 15 minutes downtown. So I'm giving him some reality and information. Okay.
But you never went into availability, no?
No. I didn't do it before.
Is there any reason for that?
Because I just want to make him understand the project first of all. Then I can go to the availability and provide him which is like, let's say, best option for his budget.
But if you would, I mean, and I'm just like thinking on a fly here, but if you would go to availability and show him that there is like only 8 units available, the studio, which approximately in your budget,
he will see here. He will see here.
Yeah.
I will making him see here. But out of the prices, okay, he will see here. He will ask me, and I will told him like, yes, there's in all the project they have just 33 units available. Okay, that's will mean like that project is good.
But why wouldn't you go into the units, into the studio units, and show him the actual layouts and all of this?
There is no layout here.
There is no layout.
I already checked it before my
Sorry
Zoom. I will check.
But the availability is not so accurate in here.
Guys, so but they don't know that. But they don't know that, you know. And this is what we can play about. Islam, I can see you raise your hand. Okay, well, very good. I'm unpinning you, and we're gonna. Let me unpin you. Remove pin. And I'm removing pin from me. Guys, and I want you to kind of like be on a chat with me. What I feel, my goal is not to show him exact availability. And what if after 30 minutes, I'm going to send him and this is a different availability. This is what we kind of telling them. Guys, that means that, okay, so this is what is available now, but you know how the market is probably, because it's not only me looking at these units, right? It's not only me, you looking at these units right now. There are hundreds of other buyers consider. So, you know, it's easy. Whomever going to press the booking button first, want to have a unit. But just for the, you know, for the informational purposes, I can show you how it looks like. And then we can completely come back and tell him, well, I double check with the developer because that's what we do always, right? Isn't, guys, even in the clothes shop, when we're buying the clothes, okay, so this size is not available, I cannot see the size. We're going to the, you know, counter, to the cashier and asking, is this size available? Can you check it for me in the database? And we don't have like, oh, why just so wrong. It's completely fine in my understanding. I don't know, you tell me. It's like, look, this is what available now, but to be honest, in 10 minutes it changed because I checked it yesterday, it was 35. But I hope you understand, because that's nothing against of me or me providing you the information wrong. This is just how the market in Dubai is. Okay. Okay. So you are planting in his mind limited availability without saying this, as each and every other person is saying. You don't have to say that. Like, I mean, you can see with your own eyes, and I'm not there just to do something. Make sense?
Yes.
I responded to your question. Okay, so Islam has a different point of view. Unmute yourself. And
can you now hear me well or not?
Yes, I can hear you well.
Okay, about the concept of the availability, to discuss availability with the clients. I'm not recommended. It's like to show the clients all the availability and show him how much we have. No, it's like a weapon with, it's like not good weapon with the clients. So I must choose for him narrow the choosing or narrow what the customer have to do. If I show him all the availability, he can choose, yeah, we have in the 7, in the 5, in the 6. No, I tell him, like, if in your budget, the best location, this unit or this unit. Narrow the customer better than showing him all the availability. Like, consider if it's too much availability, what the customer will say is, customers are, it's not selling, it's not, it's have a lot of availability. I have to take time to choose. No. So if I tell him, now this is a project and you need a studio, this studio is good for you as is a layout and as is a price, view, everything. But to discuss with him and show him this is availability today and tomorrow, this is availability tomorrow, today, tomorrow. No, it's not like I'm not playing. We're not playing like this way. Even the last deal we are dealing, we never show him the availability. We tell him this unit, it's better for you because this layout and this one. And now I direct him to the right decision or right unit to use, better than showing him all the availability. I'm not doing this to showing the availability to any clients. It's from my mind.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah,
are you open? Are you open to see it from a different perspective?
Yeah, and because of that, I'm telling you what is in my mind. That's what I'm telling you, and we are doing like this way.
I got it. And you've been doing like this for a long time. And I'm not saying that this is any wrong or right. I want you to show a different, to see a different perspective. For this specific project that we opened, we had, I think, 33 units available, right? Only. So this 33 units, actually not that many, because it was only, I think, 8 studios. It was a lot of 3-bedroom apartments. But look from the other perspective, guys. What if you are giving the client only limited availability, or I'm just going to send you only one this project with one this unit, but you know he's talking to 20 other agents. And those 20 other agents in the same exact project are sending him 20 units. And you just told him this is what's available from developer. So the trust that you built before, gone just in one minute. Because I'm going to understand, okay, either you don't know about this availability, so you are not professional, or you are misguiding me on purpose. Doesn't matter which one. I prefer to go with some other agent who has availability, and I have an option to choose. I'm not saying, guys, if there is a project which has 1,000 units available, that's a little bit of a red flag. But if there is only 5 studios in the project which has 150 apartments altogether, maybe it makes sense to tell him, look, at this moment, there is only 5 left. Overall, it was 80 studios, but now we have only 5. And I don't know how, the availability going to be tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, because I checked this a couple of days ago. It was not 5, it was 8. So it's up to you. How do you feel about this approach? Because I don't remember whom, I think several people have been telling me that the client get back to them saying that the other agent gave me a different payment plan, the other agent gave me a better price for the same exact developer. Okay, that was a canceled unit that the other agent were able to offer, but just because of this, we are losing the clients because he's going to go with other agent who has a better option for him. Do you see how it goes? Because if you're going to show 5 and the other agent going to bring something and we build the trust and he trusts us, he's going to get back to us as like saying, look, I know you have the other agent just showed me 1, but you have 5. Can you check if you can get the unit which is with this payment plan? Because we're building the trust here.
Sorry, Olga, that's why we are trying to also deliver a message to all the agents to study the floor plans and the layouts. Because as you mentioned, there is more than 100 units in the project. And if we depend on one unit or two units and the other agent will get, yes, we will lose the client, we will lose the credibility, and our images will break. At the same time, if there is 5 units only left in the inventory, it means we need to create the urgency, which it will not work with some or most of our international clients, or what it will get in mind for the client. This only 5 units left, it means this is the worst units having the availability, because this is the only last 5 units and no one bought it. So it means there is this is something bad or something wrong. This is the client mind. To avoid all of this, I believe in studying the floor plans and the layouts. Even the other agent, he brought up 2, 3 units, 10 units, better than that unit which I offered, and I studied the layout, the east, the northeast of the sun, the view, the dimension, the size of the balcony. We have to study the floor plan dimensions, so to convince the client with the availability why I brought up this couple of units and what is the special.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Let's go over, and that's definitely important for us to study layout. And we can always go around. Some client going to think, oh, it's 5 the worst one, but we can say, like, look, the way the developer releases the unit, he keeps certain units on hold and releases them in the end, or he keeps the same layouts and gradually releases them. Yeah, that's a little bit more. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Okay, Omar, unmute yourself, and we're going to pin you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, but a little bit low.
Okay.
Yes,
Regarding
like this
the Al
better.
Nair in the maps of the Nair.
Yes.
Al Nair. I don't know. I didn't use it before. I used the PDF projects, download the PDF projects from Al Nair. But I think, in my opinion, and correct me if I'm wrong, in an area like a JVC, for example, if I'm gonna zoom in on Al Nair, you'll find like 30, 40 projects available there. While I'm showing the client this, some clients, and most of them are greedy. They will think they have a lot of options in the area, and they will start thinking, I want to see every one of them. Especially at the first Zoom, you didn't even build that big kind of trust that he will trust you, that those only options you're giving him are the best for him. So in his back of his mind, he will still thinking, no, I have a lot of options in this area. I want to see every one of them. So he will start like playing around the area and will not zoom into a certain project. That's why when you're asking Wael how you zoomed in this project, I don't know how can we can do this if we're gonna show him that this area has like 20, 30 projects.
Okay, Omar, my question to you, have you ever sold, or let's not have you ever, how many of your deals happened after just one Zoom?
Impossible. No, I'm not after one Zoom.
Okay.
Nothing.
So we are not afraid that the client will understand something or will discover something at the first Zoom and not going to buy, because we know he's not buying anyway after the first Zoom. It's not possible. It's such a slim chance. So we are not even looking at it. And I respect that you put this in mind, because that's very important. There's two school of thinking, two way of thinking about this. And I would say previously, because we were the only one connection, or almost the most reliable connection for the client to choose the project, we could manipulate him in a way that I'm going to give him only this to understand, and he will trust me and he will buy from me. Now, because of the way the information comes along, and the platforms providing all of this free data, and we don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 years. So the client is coming to you And if he feels that you do not have it all, because, you know, what we are trying to establish on the first Zoom call specifically, guys, is not the client to buy from you, not to, oh, I'm afraid to confuse the client, you're going to see 40 other projects. No. What we're trying to establish with the client is that we are one-stop shop. We have everything. So regardless the project, doesn't matter what the project is, I want you to, Mr. Client, to understand, is Dubai is the right place for you to invest? So my goal with you, Mr. Client, on my first Zoom, to help you to understand for yourself, is this what you want to do in terms of finances, rules, location, and all of the other stuff, and availability, of course. On the second Zoom, I'm going to be more specific with you. But I want the client to stay with me because I have everything. And other agents are just giving him a fraction of information. Fraction. So when I will give him all of the availability, which is in my hands, and I'm going to tell him, I'm on your side. I am here to help you to find the best project, which is matching your requirements. I'm not on the side of selling you specific developer or the project just because they pay higher commission for us. And you know, that might be a case. I'm not saying anything about my colleagues, but sometimes they might be driven not by your interest, more by the commission they will put in their pockets, because, you know, like Imar is paying way less commission. And I'm going to be openly talking to like this with him, right? Because he was like, oh, well, that someone is finally really saying the truth. And I will show you what we have available in our database, which is 786 projects. But you understand, this is all the project in Dubai, right? And when we're going to put your criteria, it's going to be way less. Are you with me on that? Yes. So what I'm open, are you open to see out of this, what would be the best investment for you? Because I'm here to help you to find it. Yes. Do you see, Omar, how it is?
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to get confused. They are confused anyway, guys. You see, for us, when drawing some information from them, we're not going to make them less confused. They're still going to go through all of this, you know, kind of knowledge and understanding how to do this, how to make the investment. Like Vail took 4 Zooms, right? To help client to understand for himself. It's not like Vail was not able to sell on the first Zoom, but the client is not in a position to buy. So that's why we call this educational Zoom. So we kind of hold the hand and go through with them through the process.
So you mean the zoom in on the project gonna be on the second?
I can show him the availability, of course. I can show him the areas, but I'm not selling anything on this Zoom, you see?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be open. Look, this our meeting is for you to understand. So, okay, Marianne, I've seen it. For us to understand what would be the best for you. And then on our next meeting, when you're going to be maybe a little bit more prepared, we're going to talk about the project specifically. Will that make sense? You're going to say yes. You see, because he got used to being pressured and send the links and payments and all of it. But guys, it's your sales IQ as well. If you're finding the client who've been looking for 6 months and he knows everything and he's prepared, go do your job, yeah? This is about you feeling, but it doesn't mean that we can skip the step, because now we are talking very long, extensive project for someone, process of selling for someone who never purchased a property in Dubai, doesn't know much. This is a majority of your leads, guys. So we are focusing on majority. Make sense? I know that, Omar, you feel a little bit like afraid that you're going to give them that much and they're going to get more confused. But you can just try to do that. Because your power is in believing in yourself that you are professional who can provide them guidance. They are for this. If you're gonna give them all of the, and talk about the, you know, very wide services, additionally what we can do after the building will be completed, there is no point, there is no brainer to go with the developer. Why? There's no point for me to go. That's so strange. If I'm here to negotiate everything for you, to provide you additional services, to help you with a snagging test, to be the point of contact person during the construction, why would I remove these free services as a client from myself? Why would I do that? Why would I want to have a hard way? Only because I don't trust you. And I don't trust you because you would draw some information from me, which I discovered from someone else, and we cannot have any control of whom are they talking to aside of us. Make sense? Just a little bit more bravery in this.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. It was, I think, Fatima who was holding the hand. She's not here with us, right? Okay, guys, any more questions? Any more questions? No. I have a question for Bassam. I'm going to ping you. Are you using Al Nair now, or how does your presentation, Zoom presentation, looks like? Can you unmute yourself? I asked to unmute you. Disappeared. Appearing or no? Put him on the spot, guys. You see, I'm like advanced user of the platform. Okay, we have 9 minutes left. If no one having any questions about the material, how about the questions you might have on the next Wednesday program? Have you received your schedule for the Zoom? Right? Do you have any
Olga,
questions? Yes.
last session, it was very productive, since we are talking about the structure, and I believe since there is no one have any question, and all the agents, mashallah, they are closing more than 3-4 million every month, and they don't have any questions. So let's back with the extension of the last session to have to continue the structure of the Zoom. So
yeah, Khadir, you see, this is how I plan my session. It's useless for me to keep giving the structure if I you know, just keep providing the information, and the agents are not using it. They are not implementing. You see, it's useless. So that's why I want to understand what's been implemented so far, how you've been using this in your current Zoom, what the feedback is. And I assume if there is not that many providing me any feedback, that means that no one asked the questions, which was checking for commitment questions. No one actually presented any of those points the way I teach. So it's kind of, as I was always saying, it's a little bit useless for us to continue education, because I'm showing you the moves, the push-ups, and people are not doing it.
that's why this is very dangerous, and I'm going to affect for the coming days, especially since the company is spending more and more every month for the campaigns, and we are burning our leads, our clients, and it will lead us for again. We will never go up. It will return us back since last month we did not bad number, which is we wanted to avoid to give the agents in the comfort zone, and this is for each one of you guys. You need to continue, right? So the thing is, what I'm trying, and Olga, she's trying to get your anger out, and you guys still there is no any reaction. Now I'm spending, now this is my fifth joining training, and I will keep continue join this training with Olga until to get the things on in the place. Type today there is no any much progress based on Olga analysis, and whatever we are going to implement is going to be something mandatory. It's not a choice. We know, we do, that all of you or almost of you have successful stories in successful deals, but that doesn't mean that it will be applicable for all your clients. Because again, we need to skip the time between the deal and the next deal. And instead to have a next deal in 2-3 months, we need the second deal in 3 weeks, in minimum from 2 to 3 weeks. How we will avoid that extension of the time? By keep listening, by keep put the structure, whatever we will get. So I suggest Olga, if we keep the structure, and it's going to be monitored by me and by Amr himself, it will be more effective for everyone to avoid 3-4 months for the next deal, right?
Yes. Yes, guys. My question is, have anyone asked the client to record the Zoom? Have anyone tried that? Islam, I added the wordings into the document,
Yes.
the new one.
I tried.
Okay, Ahmed, cool. And how was that?
No, not successful.
Not successful. Did you say something along the line that I was saying, that that's more for the client?
I'll be honest, I can't recall exactly, but I tried it only one time, to be honest, and it was with a male client. It was first Zoom call, but second interaction, because we had a phone call prior to that. We just had like a quick 5-minute discussion on Zoom, and then I fit for like, I tried to show him for training progress and training sessions and for customer interaction, blah blah blah. I would love to record this.
What you said
Zoom
exactly? Can you say what you said exactly, or at least along the line?
Okay, so since I've introduced myself, blah blah blah, with the client, I would like, if you give me the permission, I would like to record our session for future enhancements, and basically to track our progress throughout the process. Would you be allowing me to do that? And like, I prefer not, at least for now, but maybe next time. Sure, no problem.
Okay, Ahmed, do you see how they're different, guys? And I'm gonna repeat myself again. What I'm offering to say to the client, first of all, you normalize it. You say, look, Ahmed, we usually record this session, which is mainly for you to have a kind of copy that you can get back to. And maybe if, you know, kind of sometimes that's happened, the client forgets certain information because, you know, it's a lot of things to kind of take in one call. So they always have some, you know, some video to get back to and to listen, whatever we've been talking about, the map or maybe location. Would that make sense if we will do that for you? You see how they're different? You're saying, I want to take your permission. I want to record the session for the process of progress. He's confused. He's like, process of progress of what? Of you selling me? How you want to record you selling me? No way. I don't want to do that. You want to take a permission, you're putting yourself a little bit. I want to record it for you. It's your need. He's not going to give it to you because it's for you. He doesn't care. What they care, it's about themselves, as all of us, guys.
Right.
So I put this into the document that I shared already. I'm going to highlight it in red, and I'm going to add a bit more options, how to you to ask it. But what should be in your mind? How you started. And just to mention, we usually record those sessions, which is mainly for you. Do you see how it's different? You come down, and this is like, you know what we usually record those sessions, which is mainly for you to have like the information that we go through in one place, so you can always come back if you kind of, let's say, being unclear with certain, because it's going to be a lot of things about the legislation, market analysis, you know, location. So you will be able to get back to it and just not rely on your memory only. Would that make sense if we will do that? You see?
Yeah.
A little bit different, guys. I'm not, you have to believe that this is for them. The way you deliver it, you have to believe that this is for them. Cool?
Yeah.
Guys, even if you cannot record, you have your phone, you have all free application.
I'll be honest with you, I do know ways of recording it actually with video without him knowing it. Yeah. I can do that if I want to. No.
Okay, but will the audio as well be recorded?
Yes.
Okay, if you have any session which you're doing in English and any, you know, English speaking client, would you be open to bring it to our sales accelerator and we're going to look through that?
Sure, no worries. When
Are we not going to look through all the session? We're going to look.
Them.
Yeah, you're going to rewatch it and going to tell us, okay, so this part I've got the difficulties. This part client kind of kicked me with a question. So we're going to see what we need to fix, not the whole session, because it's just going to be too much.
I just thought I thought that just to be ethical, to feel a little bit how can I say, relief. It's better to ask and get the permission. That's why that's it.
I know, but look,
I can do the other way. It's fine.
I know. But guys, this is for us for training purposes. Believe me, I am in the sales training course, and everyone's bringing the recording of the session. That's completely fine. This is, we are not like doing any bad thing, just trying to find the credit card details and the scam people. It's not for that. It's just for us to get better, to serve them better. Yes, Fatma. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you a lot.
Most welcome.
So we can actually tell them that it's going to be for their reference, and they can remember like what happened in the Zoom call, and then can share it with family or, you know, like whoever involved in the decision as well, you know, whoever they want to take advice from, they can share it with. So that in that way, I feel like it will be more of saying yes, not no, because that would be purely for them.
Yes.
We usually record these sessions just for your own reference, so you can go over our Zoom meeting and even share it with one of your family member if they're a decision maker with you or whatever. I mean, we can phrase it in other ways, but for their reference, and if they want to show it to someone else, or if they forgot something that we discussed over the Zoom, they can go over and review it. So they'll tend to say yes.
Yeah, yes, and it's if they're going to say no, that's fine as well. We are not saying that 100% of people going to say yes.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
guys.
absolutely.
Any questions?
Olga, I do have a small question.
Yeah.
It's not related to what we're discussing at the moment. We have addressed it previously, but I just would like to point out something.
Sure.
Yesterday, I was put in front of a very awkward moment with a client because again, we have just this matter before, but I'd like to emphasize on it just in case about Al Nair. Again, I do like the app. I do like the website a lot. I know it's being improving every day, but it's very crucial at least to have very specific things on the website running correctly, such as the project name, the handover, at least those main points for now. The others can take time. It's fine. I get it. I faced an issue after discussion and going back and forth with the client, and I convinced him to go on a different route than what he wants. And then we went into discussion about it, and then I provide proposals. Unfortunately, out of 2 proposals I provided, he picked one of them, which was nice, but I found out later on after we agreed on it, and we're gonna have now a follow-up call next week about it, and if it's good, we could finalize. I found out that the handover is incorrect by a huge margin when I reached out to the developer. It was written 2024 this year, and it turned out it's 2026. So yes, I do have an alternative way in exiting with the client. I have to come up with, like, the units are already sold out. I have no other option, but for future purposes,
Can you send me which project is this? It's probably something which is already, it's already like 50% completed or something like this, or 30% completed.
No, actually, it's an EOI stage. It turned out it's an EOI stage.
Okay.
And the handover date, the month, and the handover, the month and the year, actually, I think it represents the EOI deadline, something like that, not the handover, but it's under the handover.
Okay, just send it to me. It's going to be fixed immediately. Yeah.
No worries. Thank you,
guys. And that's going to give us an additional point for using Al Nair as well. So what potentially we know that it's going to be some faults with the project and timeline. We're going to say, look, this is a database, but the information here might sometime, due to the technical issues, be a little bit altered, right? So that's why what we do here, even though it's a database, even like this is what we have, we always get back and double check it with the developer. So as soon as we finalize some projects of interest, what I will do from my side, I'm going to go and double check all of the points in terms of, completion, blah, 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 blah. So let's just stand for a time being, because they're still in a process, keep that in mind. Like, realistically, guys, there is a property finder platform that each and every person in real estate secondary market is using. 50% or 60 or 70% of information on the platform is wrong. All of the listings, they're fake, the price is different, even though they implement and keep implementing a lot of things in terms of kind of trying to fix it. The owner is going to be some technical error.
Oh, Zach, may I interrupt?
Yes.
So actually, I do believe that would affect the credibility if we say that we have technical issues. So I rather we avoid it by checking ourselves to make sure that, everything aligned with the developer, what the developer say, then rather than saying to the client that we might have some technical issues and that.
No, we could say, like, look, the information takes some time, a little bit, like a couple of hours to update. So, even the same as Property Finder. Have you been on Property Finder, by the way? Well, if you will call to any listings which is listed there, you will most probably find out that it's either already sold out or it's non-existing. It's going to be 50% of chance. So in our case, it's completely different percentage, but there will be some, because it's human to human interaction. Yeah, there are human on the other side, developers providing us the information into our database, so we can control what is happening over there. That makes sense? We always double check specifically for the project. That's it, guys. It's not like you don't want to take responsibility for something which is not under your responsibility, but it doesn't mean you are responsible. You're showing him that I'm always going and double checking because this is what we do. Sometimes because the certain project and availability takes a little bit more time for developer to update their own database as well. The unit is sold out, but it's still available in the own database. So what we do, as soon as we get the confirmation from your end, we immediately do the double check. Is this still available? Are you with me on that? Okay, fine. No one's going to say, oh my God, how come you can do that? I thought that just everything on the click. In their countries, it's not even anyhow like this, guys. So just don't worry about this, right? Before we had Al-Nair, we had, like Islam said, go and do our job for 1.5 hours. And then most probably the next day, those information was not valid anyway, right? You have to go and redo it because of different availability. So that's fine. But I know you want to be perfect. Let yourself be perfect because you're doing a perfect job still. But there is some delay from the developer side, and we cannot control that, you see, because that's another party providing us information. Are you with me on that? Yes. Okay. And Ahmed, yeah, I would say this is just like one-off case, and it's good that you have it.
No. By the way, I admit that I should have done my due diligence prior eventually reaching to conclusion with my client. Yeah, but I'm just saying, but yeah, no, of course, I do say it's my responsibility to make sure all points check out.
Yeah, well, we always, you know what I used to like doing back in my days as a sales manager or sales agent, and I don't like to talk about my experience because it's really irrelevant. Whenever I was finding out, or whenever I wanted to present something to the client, which is not in his interest, I always say, look, it's a company policy. We actually have to do that just to protect the both parties and seller and the buyer. And when I explained it that way, it was nothing. It was nothing about me, but it was really what I wanted to do. It was nothing about the company. The company had no policy at all. I had a policy. And this is what I can be like, look, any technical system is not perfect. So sometimes in any even perfect system like Pentagon, there is some, mistakes. Are you with me on that? Yeah. So this is our company database of all the developers and all the availabilities. But if you will ask me, Olga, are you 100% sure that each of those units and the information over here in this specific moment of time is accurate? I would say no, because there is developers on the other side who provide us information and they have their own system. So I don't know how good the people operating their system are with data. There were cases that, sometimes they put their own completion date, sometimes they did this, but that's why I'm here. That's why I'm with you. I'm the one who's going to go and, face-to-face double check it and provide you the good information. Make sense? So you use this opportunity to lift yourself as a professional. That's it. Okay, guys, it's 11:42. Questions from Fatima, you have a question again? Fantastic. Let's do that.
Actually, it's the same one that I raised my hand in previously when we were talking about the availability issue. So it's, as you said, if we tell them that there's only 2 or 3 units and in fact there's like 10 units available, then especially right now, nowadays, like all the investors or all the buyers, they go around, actually not to one agent, they go around and ask around, so they have more knowledge, and sometimes they know specification and details about each and single unit or each project. So that would kind of, I don't agree with that, but at the same time, if we show them all the availability, it would seem like, that's not a good project or something. So
why, guys? This is in your
Hadid
head.
said,
why is this? Why is this? you understand that this is in your head. What I would say, I was like, look, there are different approaches to that. I know that some agents on the market, they are hiding some data and telling you that there is only one unit available. But what we do is a little bit different here.
The thing is, I had this issue a couple times. So actually, my last Zoom meeting, my client was like, yeah, he was going around the agents and realtors, all the realtors in Dubai and the developers, and he's telling me like all the clients how they're pressuring him. I mean, all the agents how they're pressuring him and telling him, "Oh, you buy or die. That's it. Or it's gonna gone within 24 hours," which is true in some projects because there's like a lot of like some Myanmar projects, some like Nakhil projects. There is certain projects that get sold out really fast. So yes, as what Hadir said, that's a great point, and this is actually how I sold Club Drive. I give him this unit, and I'm like, I explain why, and I explain the layout because it's a huge point when it comes to the view, when it comes to the sizes, and it's even will affect the capital appreciation of the unit itself. So I explained that, so he didn't even interfere. Like he took what I give him, actually. He didn't tell me, he didn't ask me for another unit. And that's how we did that fast, because I'm like, this is the only good unit available. And, like for that view, the other is like road or whatever. So, yeah, but I'm not sure how fully to address the availability thing when there is a lot of availability.
Look, you can address it exactly the same as you did right now. You can say, Mr. Client, yeah, there is a 30 units available and it looks like it's a lot, but based on the evaluation of each unit, the view, the floor, the layout of the unit, I want to give you a little bit of different perspective. Like out of all of this unit, after my study being a professional on the market, understanding what actually takes the unit to rent on a higher price or sell on a higher price, what is really good units here is A and B. And I will explain you why. That's it. Do you see how it goes? You don't have to hide it. You can use the same exact approach that you're doing it, but he's going to think, okay, she really studied, she really understands. So without you, I'm lost. Guys, and I'm not here voting for you to show availability. It's up to you to decide. But I'm saying, don't be scared to talk about this.
I'm against actually with the fact not to be honest with the client, because then what if another agent come and show them? So I'm totally against the fact that not being honest with the client. But at the same time, there is other ways to address it, like other ways not to show that, oh, okay, you can decide, because then there won't be like any urgency in the situation, like he'll take his time, like a month, couple weeks, couple months, I don't know.
Guys, my question is, how many of your clients, after you showed them just one unit, understood the urgency and bought it? But how many times you did it trying to create the urgency? And how did it work? Well, let me tell you, maybe my humble assumption, not only about you, but, I train other people, other companies, and everyone is doing it the same. And if after you showed there's only 1 or 2 units, you would have a closing with this client, I would say, yeah, go ahead. But why would you use something which is not working anymore? It used to work, but it can still work, but a little bit different twist. A little bit more, the same as Fatima you're saying, the same as Hadir is very much important, highlighting understanding of studying the availability. Okay, it's going to take you 15 minutes to understand, if you know the area, what's going to be the view from the balcony, what's going to be this, what's going to be that. And you look at the layout, you understand, okay, closed kitchen, this Asian clients, definitely for them. I'm not going to open 2-bedroom apartment with an open kitchen to any family which is Asian or Arab even, right? It's not going to work. They're not going to buy. All these small bits and bobs. But I will show you, this is, yes, the availability is there, but this is what we have today. But out of this, the good unit that's going to fit your criteria is only 2. And believe me, if I can see those are good units, don't you think that other people are going to see that as well? Yeah. And I'm sure if we will go to any building which is already completed in Dubai, they're going to be 2-bedroom apartments, type A and type B. But type A going to cost 2 million and type B going to cost 1.6. And there is a reason for that. Wouldn't you agree? Yes. So now when they're still in the beginning stages, you can almost purchase those one with the kind of a similar price. There's always going to be a difference, of course. But when the unit is completed and you can see the view and you can be inside the layout, this is when the price really kicks in. And this is where the difference starts. Sell yourself with your expertise. This is an opportunity for you to sell yourself more. Like, you are not afraid to walk in and say, yes, this is availability, this is how it looks like. But I don't know, it's up to you to decide. The good unit is gonna be sold fast. And this is a good unit. That's what I'm telling you. If we will talk here in 1 week, I'm sure that those availabilities, those exact units, going to be sold, and you will see that. And the link I will show you, I will share it with you, and you will be able to supervise. Do you want to do it? It's up to you. Any more questions, guys? I like how by the end we are jumping in. Okay, I have another.
Last
Omar.
thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Regarding, you were saying about Wednesday, the meetings, the Zoom meetings.
Yes.
Yeah, how it should be, like the role play, or it's just a meeting that we are explaining everything?
Guys, what I will recommend you to prepare for that, because believe me, it's not my initiative to do anything like this. I'm supporting, and this is all on the management goal, for us to be a little bit more serious about the processes and structures that the company is implementing. So you all have areas that allocated for you to do the presentation, right? It's actually very easy, guys. So it's not going to be a role play, which Anik is very good at with his tonality. I'm just checking, are you still listening to me? So it's not going to be a role play. We're not going to check, or are you asking the right questions? Are you doing this? It's more about your flow, how you go with the client, and how well you understand the main selling points of the area, how good you understand the economy, how good you understand the development of infrastructure, metro, tram, schools. So if you will point this for yourself as a plan, I'm going to talk about this, I'm going to talk about this. This school has a rating in Dubai, school number 3, the most popular. Guys, these things are easy to find out, easy. And the good thing that we're going to be all listening. So if I will present fantastically my GLT area, all of the selling points are going to be in your head as well. So if for education of all of us. Sorry, I just have people calling me all the time. Sorry. The main thing that you have to focus is just to have those bullet points settled and know a little bit more than just the boring facts. Compare 2016, that many visitors. 2023, that many visitors. My favorite one, if you're listening to Dubai Property Show, it was one of the episodes, that now Dubai is number 3 on a Google search when people searching moving in Dubai. It's number 3 in the world. Before New York and Miami. That's it. So it gives a trend. We were like on the lower places, you see. Then sorry, hi, sorry, I'm on the Zoom call. I'm just going to call you back right now. I'm doing the training on a Zoom call. Sorry, these people are very persistent. Okay, so those bullet points, know what you're doing and just lead. What I would say as well, when I'm talking about the area for a specific investor, because we're going to talk about investor. And you know, I already mentioned it. This Mr. Investor, the area GVC, I want to show you what the time of travel to the main areas of Dubai, but moreover, I will show you the time of a travel which potentially going to be for your tenant to get to work. These areas are not that famous in Dubai as a tourist, but this is where the people work. So if you want to make sure that your tenant will be able to pay you the higher price, you have to understand where the tenant going to be working, right? And if he is working in Media City, where all of the top companies are located, in GLT, where all top companies are located, in TCOM, where all top companies are located, Business Bay, this is where you want to actually understand. Are you with me on that, Mr. Client? Yes. So aside of those fancy areas where no one goes to Burj Al Arab, if they live in Dubai, right? You have to know what are the additional benefits your location will give to someone who will actually pay you the rent. Make sense? Makes sense. So this is, again, something that not each and every agent in Dubai says to the client. So for you to prepare just bullet points, understand what you're going to be saying, check which property monitor projects you're going to be showcasing. Keep the property monitor open because it takes time for property monitor to upload. That's it. It's easy, guys.
So we will not use Al Nair, the same structure.
You can use it. There's no one told you not to. You can use it. Doesn't matter.
Because
you don't have to. You don't have to, but you can use it.
From the structure, they sent us that we're gonna talk about certain project.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so we'll go the details of the payment plan and prices and something like this, or we talk about general titles about the location.
It's has to be general, and I think you can talk about like 1 or 2 projects. You can use Al Nair. I really have to look into this again because I just read it like. It's good for you guys because I am grounded for all Wednesday from the morning till the evening. Okay, cool. I have another meeting in 4 minutes. The recording going to be posted the same as the previous one. I will again send you the link to the structure of the Zoom, which haven't been added anything yet because I will going to add when we're going to go through the training. But I add this permission to record the Zoom call phrase over there. Okay? Cool. Then see you on Wednesday. A part of the sales accelerator, I think we're going to have another meeting this Saturday where you can bring stuff like more meat for us to discuss, right? Islam, I'm waiting for more meat from you. Cool, guys. Bye-bye.